Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show, man. Today is August the 12th. There are 2 games in the W for today, and then we got a ton of games tomorrow. I think it's 4 games tomorrow, so big slate again tomorrow. Hit the like button for me as you can. Appreciate everybody for joining as always. Again, the WNBA has been super rough. Yesterday, I didn't end it. I know on the show I talked about my favorite play being the over for the Golden State Valkyries team total, but I didn't get there just because as the day went on, the writing started to be on the wall. But Tina Charles being ruled out, which in my mind, the way I interpret that is that the Connecticut offense is going to be even worse. So, Golden State doesn't have to score the basketball. And boy, did they put up a hideous performance, specifically in the first half. I think they were like 1 for 12 from the 3-point line. They got it going a little bit in the third, and then they just didn't need to score. So full game under was a winner. The spread was a winner as well. I did get a chance to put a little bit on the spread, but it started to move because I got the news as soon as Tina Charles got ruled out. But that's neither here nor there. Officially 0-0 for me yesterday because I didn't give out anything. All right, let's jump into it for today. Hopefully you guys made some money. So as far as Jackson goes, yesterday Jackson liked Bria Hartley over her 1.5 3-point makes. They ended up being a loser yesterday. She shot, I think, like 1 for 8. So you like the odds that you could, that you got. I think Jackson was spot on as far as the analysis, but she wasn't able to make any shots yesterday. She shot the ball really terrible in the second leg of a back-to-back. So as far as today, asked Jackson what are the 2 best player prop bets, but I specifically nailed it down to last 5 game stats because I want to see who's hot right now versus and matchup considered as well. And Jackson likes De'Arica Hamby over her 15.5 points. It says the analysis here. She says she's been on a scoring tear recently, consistently exceeding her points line. So she's hit the over in an impressive 80% of her last 5 games, averaging 18.4 during the stretch, which is well above the 15.5 line. This strong performance extends to her last 10 and 15 games, where she's also maintained an 80% overall hit rate. Season performance, she averages 17.6 points, indicating a consistent ability to be able to score the basketball. Head-to-head, so when she's faced the Liberty this year, she has been particularly effective, hitting the over 100% of her matchups, averaging 21 points per game over the 2 games against the New York Liberty this season. This suggests she performs well even against this specific opponent. Home court advantage, Hamby's over 66% of her games, averaging 18.13, further boasting confidence in her performance tonight. So take De'Arica Hamby over her 15.5 points. Looks like the best odds are available over on Caesars, so check that out. And then next up, we got Paige Bueckers under her 4.5 assists. So it says she's gone under 80% of her last 5 games, averaging just 4.4 assists during that period, which is below the line of 4.5. The Indiana Fever present a tough defensive challenge, ranking 3rd in the league against assists for her position. The strong defense ranking provides a significant contextual boost for her under, with the average of 5.3 assists. While her average of 5.3 assists, her performance in the last 5 games indicates a clear shift towards the fewer assists, making it under a compelling play given the recent trend. This season, she's under against the Fever in 66% of her games, averaging 4.67. Further supporting the trend towards the under. So Jackson likes Paige Bueckers under 4.5 assists. Jackson likes De'Arica Hamby over 15.5 points. Those are the looks for Jackson today. As always, the link is in the description if you guys want to check Jackson out and save yourself some coin. So first game up, we got the Dallas Wings and the Indiana Fever. I did see that this line opened at 6 on Sunday night, and now it's up to 8. The total has only started to move north as well. This opened, I think, 169. It's up to 171. So we look at the injury report real quick. I want to say, let's double check it real quick, that Dallas doesn't have anybody new on the injury report. Let's just double check. So Paige Bueckers looks like she's listed as game time decision. I'm thinking that Paige is going to play. She did play in the last game. She's listed as probable. So I do expect Paige to be out there today. She was dealing with that back injury, so something to monitor. And then Misha Hans-Allen also played last game. She's listed as probable for this game as well. And then on the Fever side, just Caitlin Clark being out. So I'm looking at this Dallas team, and I'll be honest with you guys. It's not anything to like. Maybe it's a setup, but Dallas is not playing well at all right now. They've lost 5 straight games. They've actually been failing to cover as well. And if you just go through, and look at their last few games, nothing really sticks out to me at all. They don't have anything to play for. So last 5 games, they're 8th in offensive rating. They haven't even been able to score the basketball. It's something that we've been looking at. It's taking, their team total over because the numbers been kind of low, but they haven't even been able to score the basketball. 8th in offensive rating, 12th in defensive rating. So teams are really running it up against them. 10th in net rating, 9th in scoring, 11th in points allowed. And they're still playing pretty fast at 6th in pace. Yeah, I mean, it's really nothing going on with the Dallas Wings right now. They don't have anything to play for. We've only won 8 games this season, which is the second fewest. Meanwhile, Indiana is tied with the Aces for 5th, and they sit a game and a half behind the Phoenix Mercury for the last home court advantage spot in the playoffs. So they got a lot to play for. I think Indy should be able to handle business here. They're 10-6 against the spread at the crib. They've won 3 and covered all 3. They won all 3 and covered all 3 against this Dallas Wings team earlier this season. This is their second straight home game. They have the rest advantage by day. They don't have to travel after this game either. I think it's just two teams going in the opposite direction. So even with the spread being at 8, that's the only way that I would look. I know that Indiana, lost both of their point guards. They won't have Sidney Colston. They won't have Ari McDonald. But Kelsey Mitchell did a really great job facilitating. And I think that the similarities between the Dallas Wings defense and the Chicago Sky defense, because those are the only two defenses we'll have seen this Indiana Fever team play against without a true point guard, they're pretty much the same. The Chicago Sky defense is absolutely horrendous as well. So I would play Indy minus the 8. I think that's a good number. And it's the higher the total gets, the more I start to disagree with it. I know that Indiana can score the basketball. They put up almost 100 points in their last game, but I don't know. I just don't trust Dallas offensively. Like, I think Dallas is just kind of free falling. Enrique going under her points prop. She's been super inefficient. This is like one of the most inefficient teams in the WNBA. They're actually 11th in effective field goal percentage over their last 5 games, and 12th on the full season. So Dallas is not efficient offense. They don't get to the free throw line at all either. And recently, they're not even rebounding the basketball. Like, they're not even a great offensive rebounding team, which is where they started the season. They're 11th in offensive rebound rate over the last 5 games. So that scares me as far as the total goes. I'm not sure if Dallas is going to be able to contribute enough points for them to get up and over the total. So those are my thoughts on the game. If I had to play it, I would just play the spread. And then I would definitely be looking at Kelsey Mitchell. She's been absolutely on a tear. I'm not going to go into her player prop here. All right, next game. And the one that interests me a little bit more is this Liberty game and the Sparks game. So on the Liberty side of things, Isabel Harris is out. I see her listed as out right now. She is under concussion protocol. That's another big that, limits for New York. And it doesn't help because you're adding her to the list of Nair Sabally, Breanna Stewart, Kennedy Birch. And the New York Liberty are starting to get a little thin. I mean, you still got two of the best, in my opinion, bigs in the WNBA with Jacqueline Jones and, Emma Mieseman. But it's getting kind of tough, man. This line opened at 3.5. I did see it kind of about stay the same for most of the time since it had been open. But now I see a +4 for the Sparks, and the total actually opened 178.5, and it's actually been bet down to 175, 175.5 now. So this is a spot where I know the Liberty are in a little bit of a pickle. They've been playing a lot better than the Liberty. Don't get it twisted. But the Sparks, they got down in that game against the Seattle Storm in that last game. They got down by a lot. And they had to fight tooth and nail, especially, after the first quarter to come back and win. That does scare me a little bit because teams can kind of run out of gas. The Liberty have not been great offensively recently, but their defense is actually second best over their last 5 games. They're still the second best defense. So I don't want the Liberty, though. Like, if I had to play the spread, I think I would only be looking towards the Sparks. This is a Liberty team that's just 2-11 against the spread on the road this season. They're 2-7-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. They failed to cover 5 games in a row after losing to the Minnesota Lynx as a home favorite on Sunday. And it's the first leg of a back-to-back. They got a game against the Aces tomorrow. It's also their first game on the West Coast after being on the East Coast for a significant amount of time. Then you start to look at the Sparks. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. They've covered 8 of their last 10 games. It's the second straight home game for them, so no travel at all. But it is their 4th game in 6 nights. They were playing on the second leg of a back-to-back when they came back after beating Seattle. And that was, of course, before losing to the Golden State Valkyries the night before. So travel, a little bit of fatigue here for the Sparks because it is 4th and 6 nights. I still think they did the right side. The season series is 1-1. The Libs did win earlier this season before the injury started to pile up for them in LA. And then the Sparks got their revenge with De'Arica Hemby hitting that game winner, in Barclays. It was about a month ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think it's Sparks plus the points are nothing for me here. The bigger the line gets, the more I like the Sparks. We'll see where the line goes. But if I had to bet it right now, like the thing I feel most confident is Sparks +4. I do think the Sparks can keep this one close. I think their 3-point shooting is good. I think that their offense is just something that the Liberty hasn't been able to really slow down. And the other thing is the Liberty been playing against some super easy opponents as well, right? We talked about them playing against the Wings 3 times recently. They had the Connecticut Sun in there 2 times. They just lost to the Lynx, which I know the Lynx are the best team in the WNBA. But, the Liberty are just not impressive. 9th in offensive rating over their last 5 games. They're 10th in turnover rate, meaning they're not forcing any turnovers. So defensively, they've been kind of struggling in that department. They're fouling a lot more, sending opponents to the free throw line, 3rd highest rate as well. And they're the worst rebounding team in the WNBA. Hard to lay points on the road with a team that, struggles to rebound the basketball. If the Liberty somehow win this game and cover the spread, I'll probably be on the Aces tomorrow. Aces actually look really good, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. I don't want anything to do with the Liberty right now. Since Stewie went down in July, the New York is 3-5, just straight up, including, like I said, their loss to the Sparks as well. 11-18-2 against the number overall, 7-7 on the road, and we expecting them to win by multiple possessions here. It'd be Sparks plus the points for me. Didn't really look at it too much from a player prop perspective, but Rakia Jackson been getting super busy. Probably look towards her, and then De'Erica Hamby I think is also in a pretty good spot, even though Jacko Jones is back tonight. So I'm not sure what to do from a player prop perspective. These are the looks though: Sparks and the over. I think the more the total goes down, the more I only want to play overs. Like I said, I'm not betting the Sparks under, especially with if the Liberties. I said the Liberties offense have been struggling the 9th in offensive rating over their last 5 games. If there's any defense that's going to help you, be able to score the basketball, even though Seattle, lost the game last game, we talked about their team total going up and over, and they still got to 91. So I know that this total is coming down, but I think when do we start to see some buyback? Because 175 is a high total in the WNBA. It's not high when you start thinking about Sparks games. They just really out there trying to outscore you. So I would only be able to look towards the over in the game. And in that first game, I didn't put it up here, but it'd be the fever in that game. I would only be looking towards both home teams, a home dog and a home favorite tonight would be the way that I would be looking at these games for today. Whatever it is that you choose to bet, I hope you guys have a lot of success tonight. Use the link in the sign-up description, to get all the plays that I make when I do make them. Resources are always here. Check them out. I didn't go through any of them on the show, but they're all here. Best of luck on whatever it is you bet, man. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Probably go back live eventually, but it's just been a pretty hectic stretch for me right now. So I'm just doing these shows and knocking them out, giving you guys my thought process on them, man. Enjoy your Tuesday. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm out.